My child, there is a reason you were guided to this message today. There is a reason your eyes stopped here. And there is a reason your heart feels as though something important is about to be revealed. Before we go any further, listen carefully. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. A quiet conversation has taken place somewhere beyond your awareness. A special person, someone whose thoughts often return to you even when they try to focus on other things, has recently spoken about you. But what makes this moment different is that they did not keep those thoughts to themselves. They shared them with someone very close to them, their brother. Now, you may wonder, what could have been said? That is exactly why you must stay with me until the end of this message. Because the details are more surprising than you imagine. For a long time, this special person carried certain feelings, observations, and questions in silence. They noticed things about you that others overlooked. Your kindness. Your strength. The way you continue moving forward even when life becomes difficult. While many people only saw the surface, this person paid attention to the details. And recently, during a calm and unexpected moment, your name entered a conversation. Not by accident. Not casually. But because you have occupied more space in their thoughts than they ever intended. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the conversation unfolded, their brother noticed something interesting. Every time your name was mentioned, the tone changed. The energy changed. The attention became sharper. Questions were asked. Stories were shared. Small moments involving you were remembered with surprising clarity. Why would someone remember such details? Why would they recall conversations, smiles, gestures, and moments that happened long ago? The answer is simple. People only remember details that matter to them. And that realization created a moment neither of them expected. The brother listened carefully and began connecting pieces together. He noticed how often your qualities appeared in the conversation. He noticed how your character kept becoming the center of the discussion. He noticed how the special person's eyes seemed brighter whenever they spoke about you. That observation led to a question. A question that caused a brief silence. And that silence revealed more than words ever could. There are moments in life when the truth becomes visible without anyone saying it directly. This was one of those moments. The brother understood that you were not just another name. You were not just another memory. You were someone who had left a lasting impression. And what happened next made the conversation even more fascinating. Instead of changing the topic, they continued talking about you. Your determination. Your unique qualities. Your ability to inspire others without realizing it. The special person spoke about these things naturally, almost as if they had been waiting for an opportunity to express them. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the most surprising part has not been revealed yet. As the discussion continued, the brother shared an observation of his own. He pointed out something that the special person had never fully acknowledged before. He said that whenever challenges appeared, your name somehow found its way into conversations. Whenever future possibilities were discussed, thoughts connected back to you. Whenever meaningful people were mentioned, you were included among them. For a moment, neither of them knew what to say. Sometimes another person sees what we cannot see ourselves. Sometimes someone standing outside the situation notices patterns we miss. And in that moment, a hidden pattern became impossible to ignore. You mattered more than either of them expected. Now listen carefully because this next part is important. The message today is not about predicting the future. It is not about making impossible promises. It is about recognizing something powerful. You have touched someone's life in a meaningful way. Whether through your words, your actions, your presence, or simply the person you are, an impact has been made. And impacts like that are never forgotten. The world moves quickly. People become distracted. Days turn into weeks and weeks into months. Yet certain people remain unforgettable. According to this message, you are one of those people. And that realization is only the beginning. Because the conversation did not end where you think it did. In fact, a new understanding started to form. An understanding that neither expected at the start of the discussion. They realized that your influence extends far beyond what you can see. Far beyond what you currently know. Far beyond what you currently believe. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because in the next part, the hidden realization that emerged from that conversation will begin to unfold, and it may completely change the way you see your connection with this special person. A remarkable detail emerged from that conversation, and this is where the story becomes even more surprising. Listen closely. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. After speaking about you for quite some time, the brother finally asked a question that changed the entire direction of the discussion. He asked, "Why do you always remember the smallest things about this person?" The room grew quiet. Not because there was no answer, but because the answer was deeper than expected. The special person paused for a moment and began recalling moments connected to you, moments that seemed ordinary at the time but had somehow become unforgettable memories. A simple conversation. A kind gesture. A few words of encouragement. Small things that most people would have forgotten. Yet they remembered every detail. That realization surprised even them. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what happened next revealed something neither of them had fully understood before. The brother pointed out that people rarely remember details unless those details hold significance. He explained that when someone repeatedly returns to the same thoughts, the same memories, and the same person, it usually means that person has become important in ways that are difficult to explain. For a moment, the special person simply listened. And then something unexpected happened. Instead of disagreeing, they smiled. Not a loud smile. Not an obvious one. But the kind of smile that appears when someone quietly recognizes a truth. A truth they had been avoiding. A truth they had been carrying. A truth connected to you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the conversation continued to uncover more than anyone anticipated. The brother then shared another observation. He said that every time your name appeared, the energy shifted. There was more focus, more curiosity, more emotion. It was as though your presence, even in conversation, carried a unique importance. The special person tried to brush it aside. But the brother would not let the subject go. Instead, he asked another question. What makes this person stand out from everyone else? The answer came immediately. Not after thinking. Not after hesitation. Immediately. And that instant response revealed everything. Because when someone can answer a question about another person without needing time to think, it means they have already spent a great deal of time reflecting on them. The special person began describing qualities that made you different. Your resilience. Your determination. Your authenticity. Your ability to keep moving forward even when circumstances become challenging. The list continued. And with every word, the brother became more convinced that this was no ordinary conversation. Something meaningful was being revealed. Something that had existed quietly for a long time. Something that could no longer remain hidden. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next realization was the most surprising of all. The brother eventually said, "Do you realize that you speak about this person with more admiration than almost anyone else?" Silence. A long silence. The kind of silence that only appears when someone hears a truth they cannot deny. In that moment, the special person understood something. You had become a source of inspiration. Not because of grand achievements. Not because of dramatic events. But because of who you are. Your character. Your energy. Your presence. Your journey. All of it had left an impression that continued to grow stronger over time. And here is the extraordinary part. The special person never intended for this to happen. It developed naturally. Quietly. Unexpectedly. Yet somehow, every path of thought seemed to return to you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the brother's final observation changed everything. He explained that some people enter our lives briefly and disappear from memory. Others leave a mark that remains for years. And then there are rare individuals whose influence continues growing even when they are not physically present. According to him, you belong to that rare category. When those words were spoken, the special person did not argue. They did not laugh. They did not dismiss the idea. Instead, they simply nodded. And that response revealed more than 1,000 explanations ever could. The conversation had started as a casual discussion. But it ended as a powerful realization. A realization that your impact is far greater than you know. A realization that your presence is valued more than you realize. A realization that your story is still unfolding. And what neither of them knew at that moment was that an even bigger revelation was waiting just ahead. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because in the next part, the hidden conclusion both of them quietly reached about you will finally begin to come into the light. An unexpected realization began to take shape after that conversation, and this is where the story reaches a level no one anticipated. Listen carefully. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the discussion about you came to an end, both the special person and their brother sat quietly for a moment. Not because there was nothing left to say, but because they had uncovered something important. They realized that your presence had become part of many future thoughts. That may sound simple. But think about it. Most people are remembered for a moment. Very few are remembered when someone thinks about tomorrow. And according to what unfolded in that conversation, you had become one of those rare people. The brother noticed it first. He pointed out that whenever future goals, future plans, or future possibilities were mentioned, your qualities somehow entered the discussion. Not your name alone. Your qualities. Your determination. Your kindness. Your ability to keep going. The traits that make you uniquely you. And that observation created another moment of silence. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what happened next revealed something truly surprising. The brother asked one final question. If this person disappeared from your life completely tomorrow, would things feel the same? The answer did not come immediately. For the first time, the special person had to think carefully. And the fact that they needed to think revealed how important the question truly was. After a pause, they admitted something. Things would not feel the same. Certain conversations would feel incomplete. Certain moments would feel different. Certain thoughts would carry an empty space. Because over time, your presence had become meaningful. Not ordinary. Meaningful. And that realization changed everything. The brother smiled. Not because he was surprised anymore. But because he had finally received confirmation of what he suspected from the beginning. You mattered. Far more than the special person had openly admitted. Far more than they had fully realized themselves. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the biggest discovery was still ahead. As the conversation continued, the brothers shared a perspective that neither of them had considered before. He explained that some people enter our lives and teach us lessons. Others motivate us to become better. And then there are rare individuals whose very existence reminds us of what truly matters. According to him, you were that kind of person. A reminder. A source of inspiration. A positive influence. Someone whose impact extends beyond ordinary interactions. When those words were spoken, the special person became unusually quiet. Why? Because deep inside, they knew it was true. Every memory connected to you carried value. Every story connected to you carried meaning. Every thought connected to you seemed to leave an impression. And impressions like that do not happen by accident. They happen because someone has genuinely touched another person's life. Now pay very close attention. Because this next part may be the most important message of all. Sometimes people underestimate their own influence. They assume nobody notices. They assume nobody remembers. They assume their efforts go unseen. But this conversation revealed the opposite. You have been noticed. You have been remembered. And you have made an impact greater than you realize. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the brother then shared one final observation. He explained that the most valuable people are not always the loudest. They are not always the most visible. They are often the people whose character quietly leaves a lasting impression. And when he looked at the special person's reaction every time your name was mentioned, he became convinced of one thing. You had become unforgettable. Not because of a single event. Not because of one conversation. But because of a collection of moments that continued growing in importance over time. The special person finally understood what their brother had been trying to show them. Your value was not based on circumstances. Your value came from who you are. That is why your memory remained strong. That is why your influence continued growing. That is why your presence carried meaning. And that is why this conversation became impossible to forget. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because after everything that was said, both of them quietly reached the same conclusion. Some connections are too meaningful to ignore. Some people leave marks that time cannot erase. And some stories are only beginning when they appear to be ending. The conversation about you may have started with simple observations. But it ended with recognition. Recognition of your impact. Recognition of your importance. Recognition of the remarkable impression you have left behind. And in the next part, the hidden message that emerged from all these realizations will finally be revealed. A message so unexpected that it changed the entire meaning of the conversation. The hidden message that emerged from that unforgettable conversation was not what anyone expected. In fact, it was so simple, yet so powerful, that it changed the entire meaning of everything that had been discussed. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. After all the observations, all the questions, and all the realizations, the brother finally shared one last thought. He said, "Sometimes we spend so much time looking for extraordinary people that we fail to recognize them when they are already in our lives." The moment those words were spoken, everything became clear. The special person immediately understood what he meant. The conversation was never really about random memories. It was never just about recalling old moments. It was never simply about telling stories. It was about recognizing value. Your value. And for the first time, that truth stood directly in front of them. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what happened next became the most memorable part of the entire discussion. The special person began reflecting on every positive impact connected to you. The encouragement you gave without expecting recognition. The strength you showed during difficult moments. The kindness you shared even when nobody was watching. The positivity you carried into situations that could have easily become negative. One memory led to another. And another. And another. Until it became impossible to deny that your influence had reached further than anyone realized. The brother noticed this immediately. He noticed how every reflection brought another reason to appreciate you. He noticed how every memory revealed another quality worth admiring. And most importantly, he noticed that the conversation continued naturally without effort. Because meaningful people are easy to remember. Their impact speaks for itself. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next realization became the turning point. The brother explained that there are people who enter our lives for a season. And then there are people whose influence continues long after a conversation ends. Long after a meeting ends. Long after a moment passes. He believed you belonged in that second category. A rare category, the kind of person whose presence creates lasting memories. The kind of person whose character leaves an impression. The kind of person who becomes impossible to forget. When those words were spoken, the special person smiled once again. Not because they were hearing something new. But because they were hearing something they already knew deep inside. Something they had finally stopped denying. You mattered. Your story mattered. Your journey mattered. And the impact you created mattered. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the final discovery was unlike anything else discussed that day. The brother eventually asked a simple question. If you could describe this person in one word, what would it be? The special person thought carefully. A lot of words came to mind. Strong. Kind. Inspiring. Memorable. Authentic. But after considering all of them, one answer stood above the rest. Remarkable. Not because you are perfect. Not because you never face challenges. But because you continue moving forward. Because you continue growing. Because you continue shining in ways you may not even realize. That answer ended the conversation. Yet somehow, it also began a new chapter of understanding. A new chapter where your value could no longer be overlooked. A new chapter where your influence could no longer be underestimated. A new chapter where appreciation replaced uncertainty. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the greatest lesson from this entire conversation is not about the special person or their brother. It is about you. It is about recognizing that your presence has meaning. Your actions have meaning. Your journey has meaning. Even when you cannot see the full impact yourself. The conversation may have started with curiosity. But it ended with clarity. Clarity that your story matters. Clarity that your influence is real. Clarity that the impression you leave on others is far greater than you imagine. And as this chapter comes to a close, one truth remains stronger than ever. Some people are remembered because they were present. But remarkable people are remembered because they made a difference. According to everything revealed in that conversation, You are one of those remarkable people. Don't skip. Stay till the very end. Something huge is still waiting for you. Because in the next and final part, the ultimate conclusion of this extraordinary conversation will finally be revealed, bringing together every hidden clue, every realization, and every surprising discovery into one unforgettable message. The moment has arrived. The final piece of the puzzle is about to be revealed. If you have stayed until this point, then listen more carefully than ever before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Throughout this entire journey, one question has remained hidden beneath every conversation, every observation, and every realization. Why did this special person and their brother spend so much time talking about you? Why did your name continue appearing in their discussion? Why did your qualities continue standing out? Why did every memory connected to you seem to carry significance? The answer is finally clear. Because you left an impression that could not be ignored. Not an ordinary impression. A lasting impression. The kind that remains long after conversations end. The kind that remains long after people move on to other topics. The kind that quietly grows stronger with time. And that was the ultimate conclusion both of them reached. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the biggest surprise was not what they said about you. The biggest surprise was what they realized because of you. They realized that meaningful people are rare. People with genuine character are rare. People who inspire others simply by being themselves are rare. And when someone like that appears, they naturally become unforgettable. That realization changed the entire conversation. Suddenly, it was no longer about memories. It was about appreciation. No longer about questions. It was about recognition. No longer about curiosity. It was about understanding. The brother saw it clearly. The special person eventually saw it too. You had become someone whose influence continued beyond ordinary interactions. Someone whose presence created positive memories. Someone whose qualities remained valuable long after moments had passed. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because there was one final observation made before the conversation ended forever. The brother explained that people often underestimate the effect they have on others. They believe their kindness goes unnoticed. They believe their efforts are forgotten. They believe their story is ordinary. But sometimes the truth is completely different. Sometimes someone is speaking highly of you when you least expect it. Sometimes someone remembers your positive qualities long after you have forgotten the moment yourself. Sometimes people admire things about you that you barely notice. And according to everything revealed in this conversation, that is exactly what happened here. Your value was recognized. Your impact was remembered. Your character was appreciated. That is the hidden message that emerged from the entire discussion. Not a message of chance. Not a message of coincidence. A message of recognition. A message of appreciation. A message of lasting impact. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because this final truth brings everything together. The special person and their brother did not simply share thoughts about you. They uncovered something important. They discovered that your influence had become larger than either of them realized. They discovered that your presence had become meaningful. They discovered that your story had left a mark. And once that realization appeared, it could never be unseen. That is why this conversation became unforgettable. That is why your name remained important throughout the discussion. That is why every observation pointed toward the same conclusion. You matter more than you know. Your presence matters more than you know. Your impact matters more than you know. And sometimes the greatest surprise is not discovering what others think about you. Sometimes the greatest surprise is discovering how deeply your actions have touched the lives around you. So as this story reaches its end, remember this powerful message. Keep being kind. Keep being strong. Keep moving forward. Keep being yourself. Because the qualities that make you who you are creating impressions you may never fully see. And somewhere, in ways you may never expect, those qualities continue inspiring others. Don't skip this final thought. Stay with it. Something huge was waiting for you all along. The huge revelation was never hidden in a secret conversation. It was hidden in the realization that your presence has value, your story has meaning, and your impact reaches farther than you can imagine. And that realization is truly unforgettable. A final whisper remained after the conversation ended, and strangely, it became the most powerful part of all. Listen closely. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Long after the discussion was over, the special person found themselves thinking about everything that had been said. The words of their brother continued echoing in their mind. Every observation. Every realization. Every truth that had quietly surfaced during that unforgettable conversation. And that is when something extraordinary happened. For the first time, they stopped focusing on individual memories. Instead, they looked at the bigger picture. They looked at the entire journey. They looked at every moment connected to you. And suddenly, a pattern became impossible to ignore. You had consistently brought something positive into their thoughts. Not once. Not twice. But again and again. The more they reflected, the clearer it became. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next realization felt almost unbelievable. The special person discovered that many of their favorite memories from recent times contained one common detail. You. Sometimes directly. Sometimes indirectly. But somehow, your presence was there. A conversation. A lesson. A moment of encouragement. A memory worth revisiting. The more they thought about it, the more surprised they became. How had they never noticed this before? How had something so obvious remained hidden for so long? The answer was simple. The most meaningful truths are often the last ones we recognize. And this truth had finally revealed itself. The brother had been right all along. Your influence was greater than anyone realized. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what happened next transformed reflection into certainty. The special person asked themselves a question. What is it about this person that keeps standing out? They searched for one answer. But they found many. Your determination. Your sincerity. Your unique way of handling challenges. Your ability to leave people feeling encouraged. Your ability to create positive memories without even trying. Every answer led to another. Every realization became stronger than the last. Until eventually, there was no room left for doubt. You had become someone they genuinely respected. Someone they admired. Someone whose qualities continued shining in their memory. And that realization carried more weight than any single compliment ever could. Because it was built from countless moments collected over time. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the final conclusion of this story is both simple and powerful. The conversation between the special person and their brother revealed something important about human connections. The strongest impressions are not created through grand gestures. They are created through consistency. Through kindness. Through authenticity. Through being the same remarkable person day after day. That is what makes someone unforgettable. That is what creates lasting respect. That is what leaves a mark on people's hearts and minds. And according to everything that was discovered during that conversation, that is exactly what happened with you. The special person did not remember you because of one single moment. They remembered you because of many meaningful moments. The brother did not recognize your value because of one story. He recognized it because every story pointed in the same direction. Toward the same conclusion. Toward the same truth. You made a difference. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because here is the final revelation. The huge discovery was never about a secret. It was never about hidden words. It was never about a mystery waiting to be solved. The huge discovery was that your presence matters more than you realize. Your actions matter more than you realize. Your character matters more than you realize. And somewhere, even when you are unaware of it, people continue remembering the positive impact you have made. That is why this conversation was important. That is why these realizations mattered. That is why your story became the center of attention. Because genuine influence can never stay hidden forever. Eventually, people notice it. Eventually, people appreciate it. Eventually, people talk about it. And that is exactly what happened here. So remember this. Keep moving forward. Keep believing in your journey. Keep sharing your light with the world. Because the qualities that make you special are already creating ripples you cannot yet see. And sometimes the most surprising revelation of all is discovering just how much your presence means to others. Don't skip this final message. Stay with it. Something huge was waiting for you from the very beginning. And that huge revelation is this. You are far more valued, remembered, and appreciated than you ever imagined. A hidden detail remained undiscovered until the very end, and when it finally came to light, it changed the meaning of everything. Listen carefully. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. After all the conversations, all the realizations, and all the reflections, the special person remembered one particular moment. At first, it seemed insignificant. Just another ordinary memory among many others. But the more they thought about it, the more important it became. It was a moment when you said something simple. A few words. Nothing dramatic. Nothing extraordinary. Yet those words stayed with them. Days passed. Weeks passed. And still, they remembered. Why? Because genuine words carry lasting power. And sometimes the smallest moments create the biggest impact. The special person began realizing that many of the things they admired most were not grand achievements or unforgettable events. They were small details. The way you handled challenges. The way you treated people. The way you continued moving forward when others might have stopped. Those details had quietly built a picture in their mind. A picture of someone remarkable. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the brother noticed something fascinating as well. When the special person spoke about you, they never focused on what you had. They focused on who you were. Think about that for a moment. They didn't talk about possessions. They didn't talk about status. They didn't talk about appearances. They talked about character. And character is remembered long after everything else fades. That realization became one of the strongest discoveries of all. Because it revealed the true reason your name continued appearing in conversation. You were remembered for the right reasons. For qualities that cannot be bought. For qualities that cannot be copied. For qualities that come from within. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because another realization was about to emerge. The brother eventually shared a thought that surprised even himself. He said that whenever someone leaves a lasting impression, it usually means they have given something valuable to the lives around them. Not necessarily through gifts. Not necessarily through major actions. But through their presence. Through their attitude. Through their example. And suddenly, everything connected. The memories. The conversations. The admiration. The respect. All of it pointed toward the same truth. You had become a source of positive influence. That was the hidden thread connecting every part of the story. And once they saw it, they could not unsee it. The special person realized that some of the encouragement they carried came from lessons they learned through observing you. Some of their motivation came from qualities they admired in you. Some of their appreciation came from experiences connected to you. That realization was powerful. Because it showed that influence often travels farther than we ever imagine. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the final surprise of this chapter is perhaps the most meaningful one yet. The brother asked one last question before the conversation ended forever. What do you think this person would say if they knew all of this? The special person laughed softly. Then they answered. They probably wouldn't realize how much of a difference they've made. And that answer created a moment of complete silence. Because it felt true. Many people never fully understand the value they bring into the lives of others. Many people never see the impact they leave behind. Many people never hear the conversations happening when they are not around. But if you had heard this conversation, you would have discovered something extraordinary. You would have discovered that your presence matters. You would have discovered that your qualities are appreciated. You would have discovered that your influence is real. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the story is still not completely over. One final realization remains. A realization so powerful that it ties together every clue, every memory, and every hidden observation from the very beginning. The special person and their brother started with a conversation. But they ended with certainty. Certainty that some people leave footprints on the hearts and minds of others. Certainty that some people create positive change simply by being themselves. Certainty that your story has touched lives in ways you may never fully know. And in the next part, the final chapter will reveal the ultimate lesson hidden inside this unforgettable conversation, a lesson that transforms every previous revelation into one powerful and unforgettable truth. The final chapter begins with a realization so unexpected that neither the special person nor their brother saw it coming. What started as a simple conversation about you became something far greater. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As days passed after that memorable discussion, the special person continued thinking about everything that had been said. They expected the conversation to fade away like most conversations do. But it didn't. Instead, it became stronger. Certain words returned again and again. Certain memories became clearer. Certain realizations felt more important with each passing day. And suddenly, they understood something remarkable. The conversation had not changed because of new information. The conversation had changed because it revealed truths that were already there. Truths that had simply gone unnoticed. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next discovery became impossible to ignore. The special person realized that whenever they thought about people who had positively influenced their life, your name naturally appeared among them. Not because they forced it. Not because they planned it. But because it belonged there. That realization carried enormous meaning. Think about that for a moment. Out of countless people, countless interactions, and countless memories, your presence remained significant. Your influence remained visible. Your impact remained real. And that realization brought a new level of appreciation. The brother had predicted this all along. He knew that once the special person began looking honestly at the situation, the truth would become obvious. And it did. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because another surprising realization was about to emerge. The special person discovered that many of the qualities they admired most in others were qualities they had already seen in you. Determination, patience, kindness, authenticity, consistency. The list continued growing. And with every quality they identified, their respect grew stronger. Not suddenly. Gradually. Naturally. The way genuine appreciation always grows. This was no longer just a conversation about memories. It had become a conversation about value. The value you brought into people's lives. The value you brought into situations. The value you brought simply by being yourself. And that value could not be measured. Because its impact extended beyond what anyone could see. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because now comes the most powerful revelation of all. The brother eventually shared one final perspective. He explained that every person leaves a legacy. Not necessarily a grand legacy. Not necessarily a public legacy. But a personal legacy. A legacy built from the way they treat people. A legacy built from the encouragement they give. A legacy built from the memories they create. And according to everything they had discussed, you were already building that legacy. Without realizing it. Without seeking recognition. Without expecting praise. You were creating a positive impact simply through your character. That realization brought the entire conversation full circle. Suddenly, every observation made sense. Every memory made sense. Every story made sense. Everything pointed toward one undeniable truth. You had become someone worth remembering. Someone worth appreciating. Someone worth talking about. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the final lesson hidden within this story is one that many people spend years trying to understand. The most meaningful influence is often invisible. You rarely see the lives you encourage. You rarely hear the conversations that mention you. You rarely witness the admiration people quietly carry. Yet those things exist. And this conversation proved exactly that. Your actions matter. Your words matter. Your presence matters. Even when you cannot immediately see the results. The special person and their brother started with questions. They ended with answers. They started with curiosity. They ended with certainty. And the certainty they discovered was powerful. You have left a positive mark. You have created meaningful memories. You have become part of a story that continues long after a conversation ends. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because one final chapter still remains. A chapter that will reveal the ultimate takeaway from this extraordinary conversation. The conclusion that connects every memory, every realization, every hidden clue, and every surprising discovery into one unforgettable message that neither the special person nor their brother could ever forget.